In the serene village of Obinze, two mysterious strangers arrived one afternoon, Chioma and Chidi, twins of ethereal beauty with captivating eyes. They were graceful and polite, but something about them unsettled the villagers, especially the men, who found themselves inexplicably drawn to the twins. Some of the elders whispered uneasily about the strange energy they felt, warning others to be cautious around these newcomers. Chioma and Chidi found lodging at the home of Nneka, a well-respected woman who took them in out of kindness. The twins seemed graceful, helping her with chores and singing softly as they walked. As days passed, their presence began to feel more natural, and the village men were particularly enamored, eager to offer help or gifts. But strange things started happening soon after their arrival. One by one, the men of Obinze started feeling an inexplicable weakness. Strong, able-bodied men found themselves struggling to carry water or till the land. Even the youngest and most vigorous felt as if their energy was being siphoned away. Alarms spread throughout Obinze, and questions began circulating. Was it the change of seasons, a sickness sweeping through, or was it something else altogether? The village men felt worse by the day, and the rumors only intensified. Their strength seemed to evaporate without explanation, leaving them exhausted and perplexed. Women noticed their husbands and sons struggling, and the villagers were baffled, not having encountered anything like this before. Some blamed the spirits of the forest, while others suspected a curse had fallen upon them. Chioma, noticing the plight of the men, suggested a solution. She offered to make an herbal tonic that she claimed would revitalize them. With calm assurance, she explained that in her previous village, she had helped heal many ailing men with a similar concoction. The villagers, desperate and eager for relief, accepted her offer. However, after drinking the tonic, the men only experienced temporary relief. The energy returned briefly but faded again within hours, leaving them weaker than before. Many whispered that the twins were perhaps the answer but couldn't pinpoint how. Soon, women took over more responsibilities as their husbands became unable to contribute to daily chores. Village elders, including the wise elder Okeke, gathered to discuss the mystery surrounding the twins. Okeke, a man known for his wisdom and calm demeanor, couldn't shake the feeling that something dark was at play. He remembered a story from his youth about twin spirits that would drain the life force of men for substance. Though he never believed in such tales, the current circumstances made him question everything. The council members debated various solutions, some suggesting they asked the twins to leave, while others felt they should wait and observe. No one wanted to be hasty, but their patience was wearing thin. They feared offending these strangers, yet were deeply concerned about the fate of their village. Okeke decided to speak with Mama Agba, the village's elderly seer, known for her gift of sight. She was hesitant at first, but agreed to look into the spirit realm to understand what was happening in Obinze. After an intense trance, she revealed a warning. The twins are not what they seem. Darkness clings to their spirits, and they seek what they have not earned. Their power grows each time a man grows weak. Mama Agba's warning spread quickly, filling the village with unease. Despite the suspicion, the twins continued to charm the people of Obinze. One night, a group of young men spotted the twins by the river, performing a strange ritual under the moonlight. They were too far to hear, but the gestures seemed enchanting and unsettling. The young men quickly returned to the village, recounting the eerie ritual. Villagers grew even more wary, some suspecting that the twins were involved in some form of dark magic. However, they remained silent, choosing instead to observe and keep their suspicions to themselves. When Chioma and Chidi returned to Nneka's home, they acted as if nothing had happened. Their calm and gentle demeanor disarmed any questions, making it difficult for anyone to accuse them openly. But a seed of fear had been planted, and it grew with every passing day. Finally, Elder Okeke could no longer hold his concerns. Gathering a small group, he led a delegation to confront the twins. However, as they approached, an invisible force seemed to drain their willpower. The closer they get to the twins, the weaker they felt until they could no longer move forward. Okeke staggered back, alarmed and bewildered. He felt as if something held his heart in an icy grip. The others felt it too, and they whispered amongst themselves in fear. The twins merely watched with expressionless faces as the group retreated, almost as if they had expected this outcome. The villagers, witnessing this encounter, were horrified. Okeke told them, "These twins hold something that defies nature. Our village is in danger." But none dared speak against the twins openly. To confront them was impossible without suffering strange inexplicable symptoms of weakness and fear. Desperate to find a way to protect the village, Mama Agba called for a sacred gathering to perform a protective ritual. She believed that only by uniting their spiritual forces could they guide against the twins' dark influence. She instructed the villagers to gather specific herbs and prepare a potion to shield their spirits. The villagers came together, gathering the ingredients and chanting ancient prayers. Mama Agba led them, her voice strong and unwavering, urging the spirits of their ancestors to protect them. She smeared the herbs over each of them, reciting incantations to shield their life force from being drained. That night, the twins sensed something different as they walked through the village. For the first time, they appeared nervous. Their once unbreakable charm seemed to falter under the villagers' unified strength. Mama Agba, watching from the shadows, felt hopeful for the first time, believing they had found a way to protect Obinze. Despite the protection from Mama Agba's ritual, the villagers grew anxious to learn the full truth about the twins. Elder Okeke, determined to uncover their secrets, decided to gather a small group of trusted villagers to search Nneka's house while the twins were away. As the group carefully searched, they found a hidden compartment under the twins' sleeping arena, containing strange charms and dolls carved from wood, each with a piece of clothing or jewelry belonging to various men in the village. Shocked, they gathered the items and took them to Mama Agba. She recognized them as vessels used to bind and siphon life energy from their owners, confirming their worst fears. When Nneka learned of the discovery, she was horrified. She insisted she had been unaware of the twins' true nature and felt responsible for inviting such darkness into Obinze. The villagers debated whether she had been part of their plans all along or was simply a pawn in their scheme. Elder Okeke, recognizing her distress, believed Nneka was innocent but warned her to be cautious. Together, Nneka, Okeke and Mama Agba planned to confront the twins with the evidence. Knowing they couldn't be openly accused without risking further harm, they agreed to review their findings in the form of a riddle, hoping the twins' responses would expose their guilt. Elder Okeke called a village meeting and summoned the twins. He presented them with a riddle, weaving the story of two strangers who came to a village, bearing beauty but harboring darkness. As he spoke, Chioma and Chidi's faces grew pale, their calm demeanor cracking under the weight of their secrets. Mama Agba watched closely, observing their reactions. When Okeke finished, Chioma responded carefully, but her voice wavered. Chidi, however, glared defiantly, saying nothing. The villagers noticed their reactions, murmuring among themselves. Their suspicion grew, and whispers of curses and dark magic spread among the crowd. Seeing the twins' reaction, Mama Agba stepped forward. Holding up the charms they had hidden, she demanded that Chioma and Chidi explain the significance of each item. But they remained silent, their once confident expressions replaced by visible tension. The village men whose strength had been sapped began demanding answers, anger building with each word. In the last attempt to deny their involvement, Chioma claimed that charms were for protection, but the villagers, realizing the deception, encircled them, determined to end their hold over the village. Fearing the outcome, the twins attempted to flee, only to find themselves surrounded by people whose lives they have weakened. Cornered, Chioma and Chidi rushed towards the river that bordered Obinze, hoping to escape. The villagers followed, their torches lighting the darkening path. As the twins neared the river, they chanted in a strange language, calling upon an ancient spirit to aid their escape. The water stirred, rising like a wall between them and the villagers, sending waves crashing towards those who pursued them. Elder Okeke and Mama Agba held their ground, chanting counter spells to weaken the twins' power. With each wave, the spirit's hold weakened, and the twins began to lose control over the water, realizing that they were outmatched by the villagers' united strength. In one final act of defiance, the twins poured the last of their energy into the river, hoping to summon the spirits to protect them. But the villagers, standing together, chanted Mama Agba's protective incantations, causing the spirit's influence to dissipate. With their powers drained, Chioma and Chidi fell to their knees, gasping as the force of their own curse turned on them, leaving them weakened and powerless. The men of the village, feeling their strength returning, gathered around, demanding that the twins undo every spell they had cast. Trembling, Chioma and Chidi recited an incantation to release the men's life forces, restoring balance to Obinze. As they did, the charms crumbled to dust. The villagers stood before Mama Agba and Elder Okeke, who declared that the twins must face justice for their betrayal. The elders called upon the spirits of their ancestors, asking for guidance in deciding their fate. In the silent night, a chill swept over the gathering, as if the spirits themselves had arrived to witness the twins' judgment. Mama Agba, channeling the voices of the ancestors, announced their decision. Chioma and Chidi would be stripped of their powers and cast out of Obinze, never to return. Their life forces, tainted by greed, would never be restored. Chioma and Chidi, who once radiated beauty and strength, looked frail and hollow, their very essence drained as punishment. The villagers watched in solemn silence as the twins, now stripped of their powers, were led away. Nneka, heartbroken over her misplaced trust, offered them one last look of pity before turning away. She, like the rest of Obinze, had learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of blindly accepting strangers and ignoring one's intuition. The village men, regaining their strength, embraced their families, grateful for the resilience and unity that had saved them from a terrible fate. Elder Okeke and Mama Agba led the villagers in a prayer of gratitude, thanking their ancestors for guiding them through a time of darkness. With the twins gone, Obinze returned to its former peace and strength. The villagers honored Mama Agba and Elder Okeke for their wisdom and bravery in protecting them from the darkness that had threatened their lives. As a tribute, they gathered the remnants of the broken charms and buried them at the edge of the village, a symbol of resilience against future misfortunes. Life in Obinze gradually returned to normal, though the villagers kept a wary eye on newcomers from that day forward. Stories of the twins were told to the younger generations as cautionary tales, reminding them to trust their instincts and the wisdom of their elders. Though peace was restored, the memory of the twins lingered, a reminder that true strength lay not in beauty or charm, but in unity and vigilance. As the years passed, Obinze prospered, becoming known as a village that stood against darkness and triumphed, never again to fall prey to those who sought to exploit their trust. And so, the tale of the twins who stole the manhood of every man in the village became a powerful story in Obinze, warning all who heard it of the perils of misplaced trust and unchecked ambition.